Does your knee protest when you stand up from the couch? Do grocery bags feel heavier than they did last year? Maybe twisting the lid off a pickle jar has suddenly turned into a mini workout. If any of that sounds familiar, you're feeling the quiet creep of age-related muscle loss. But here's the promise. With 7 smart foods and a few simple moves, you can turn that weakness around. Starting today, right in your own kitchen. Muscle loss after 60 has a medical name, sarcopenia. Yet the reality feels painfully ordinary. It's the shaky leg on the last step, the arm that tires halfway through lifting the grandkids, the back that protests after 10 minutes of gardening. Think of muscle as the sturdy scaffolding that keeps your body upright and your joints aligned. As this scaffolding thins, bones carry more load, tendons strain, and balance wobbles. Trips and stumbles become more common, and fear of falling creeps in. If you have ever caught yourself scanning a room for the nearest chair, that's your body signaling shrinking muscle. Why does this decline happen? Around our 30th birthday, muscle starts to slip away at roughly 3% per decade. After 60, the exit speeds up, doubling or even tripling that rate if nothing changes. Blame it on a cocktail of lower hormones, slowed nerve signals, and digestion that no longer pulls protein from food as efficiently. Picture a once busy factory now running half its machine's output drops, and repairs lag behind. That's your muscle tissue without the right fuel and stimulation. The numbers tell a blunt story. Studies estimate that up to 1 in 3 adults over 70 already live with sarcopenia. By 80, the odds climb higher. Consequences stretch beyond weak arms. Lower muscle mass correlates with slower walking speed, reduced immunity, and even a higher chance of hospitalization after a simple flu. It is not vanity. It is survival. Let's zoom in on daily life. Ever noticed how a favorite grocery store aisle feels longer? Muscles in the hips and thighs power every step. As they shrink, each stride demands more effort. Opening stubborn jars. Forearm and grip muscles once taken for granted. Now quit early. Climbing stairs. Quadriceps, the big muscles on the front of your thighs, act like pistons. When those pistons thin out, climbing feels like scaling a hill with a backpack of bricks. Sarcopenia also steals independence. Research links low muscle mass to difficulties in dressing, bathing, and cooking. In one survey, seniors with the weakest grip strength were twice as likely to need help with daily tasks. Independence matters not only to pride, but to mental health. Muscle, it turns out, is the currency that buys freedom. Metabolism joins the struggle too. Muscle burns more calories than fat, even at rest. When muscle disappears, calorie burn drops, yet appetite often stays. That mismatch piles on fat around the waist and organs. Extra fat then releases inflammatory chemicals that break down even more muscle. A nasty cycle. The good news? Muscle is far more adaptable than many believe. MRI scans show men and women in their 80s can gain fibers after just 12 weeks of proper protein and light resistance training. In other words, your muscles are listening and ready to respond, no matter how long they have been silent. Now let's clear up a big myth. I'm too old to build muscle. Age changes the playbook, yes, but the game remains the same. Stimulate and feed. A single serving of protein-rich food flips on muscle-building switches for hours. Gentle exercises like sit-to-stand or wall push-ups tell the body, we still need these fibers. When you combine both signals, muscle stops draining away and starts inching back. You might ask, how much muscle is enough? Aim for what experts call functional strength, the ability to perform daily tasks without strain. No one expects a 65-year-old to bench press like an Olympian. Instead, picture lifting a grandchild or carrying a suitcase without a grimace. Those victories count more than gym records. Here's a quick self-test. Stand up without using your hands. If that feels wobbly, your thigh muscles are pleading for help. Try a firm handshake with a friend. Grip fading? Forearm fibers need backup. Climb one flight of stairs and note your breathing. If you puff hard halfway, your engine is underpowered. These humble checks reveal more than fancy scans. But knowledge without action is like a car stuck in neutral. In a moment, we'll explore why muscles vanish faster in some seniors than others. Factors you can change starting this afternoon. First, breathe in hope. Your muscles are not gone. They're simply waiting for the right invitation. Coming up next, you'll see the hidden culprits: low protein, too much sitting, silent inflammation that rob muscles day after day. Spotting them is the first step to getting your strength back. Muscle loss may look like a slow leak, but the causes work like sharp nails. The first nail is low protein intake. Many seniors eat fewer calories. Dentures feel clumsy. Taste buds fade. Cooking for one feels like a chore. The plate ends up light on meat, fish, or beans. Yet protein is the building block every muscle fiber begs for daily. Skip it, and your body raids its own tissues, turning muscle into fuel. Ask yourself, did breakfast include at least 20 grams of protein? If not, that meal was a missed repair window. The second nail is a sedentary lifestyle. Sitting sounds harmless, but chairs can be thieves. When you stay parked for hours, muscles switch to power-saving mode. Enzymes that burn fat slow down. Fibers that lift and support go unused. Picture a car left in a garage all year. It still runs, but parts rust. The same happens inside your legs and arms. Even a gentle walk signals, keep this tissue active. Without that cue, your body trims what it thinks you do not need. Next comes chronic inflammation, the silent arsonist. Conditions like arthritis, type 2 diabetes, or even long-term stress release inflammatory chemicals called cytokines. These chemicals do two harmful things. They block the switch that tells your body to build new protein, and they light up the switch that breaks muscle down. It is a 1-2 punch that accelerates wasting. Swollen joints or high blood sugar are not just painful or annoying. They are direct threats to strength. Hormonal shifts form the fourth nail. Estrogen and testosterone act like foremen on a construction site. In youth, they hire lots of workers and keep supplies flowing. After 50, those foremen take longer coffee breaks. Fewer signals reach muscle cells. Protein synthesis slows. Women in menopause feel this drop sharply. Men experience a gradual slide. Add thyroid issues or high cortisol from stress, and the slowdown worsens. The fifth nail hides in plain sight. Vitamin D deficiency. Vitamin D helps muscles contract and supports nerve signaling. Skin makes less of it with age, and many seniors avoid midday sun. Darker skin, heavy sunscreen, or long winters make the gap wider. Blood tests often show levels below the optimal 30 nanograms per milliliter. Low D leaves fibers weak and recovery slow. A simple supplement or 20 minutes of safe sunlight can flip this back. Medications and illness strike next. Long courses of corticosteroids, common for asthma or arthritis, break down protein. Certain heartburn pills cut B vitamin absorption, starving muscle of repair nutrients. Bed rest after surgery can shrink thigh muscles in as little as 1 week. Pneumonia, flu, or COVID-19 steal appetite and energy, pushing protein intake even lower. Each hospital stay is a race against atrophy. Do not overlook poor sleep. Deep sleep triggers growth hormone release. That hormone tells muscle, rebuild tonight. 5-hour nights interrupt this message. Sleep apnea, common in older men and women, repeatedly wakes the brain and blocks oxygen. Less oxygen means less energy for muscle renewal. If you wake groggy or nap through the afternoon, your nighttime repair crew likely missed its shift. Dehydration may feel minor, but it matters. Water carries nutrients into muscle cells and removes waste. When fluids run low, cells shrink. Shrinking signals the body to dismantle those cells for resources. Many seniors avoid water late in the day to limit bathroom trips. Yet, even mild dehydration cuts strength and endurance. Keep a small bottle within reach and sip often. Lifestyle habits add their own nails. Smoking reduces blood flow to limbs. Fewer nutrients reach muscle fibers. Free radicals from tobacco also damage DNA inside those fibers. Excess alcohol triggers inflammation in the liver and muscles themselves. A nightly glass of wine is usually fine, but heavy drinking cancels protein synthesis for up to 48 hours. Finally, there is the often ignored factor of social isolation. Living alone, some seniors cook less and move less. Depression can follow, lowering appetite and cutting motivation to exercise. Community programs, walking groups, or even regular video calls restore the spark to shop, cook, and stay active. Think of this part as a friendly tour through your new muscle pantry. Each food works like a tiny construction crew, hauling fresh bricks to rebuild worn-down fibers. Every habit acts like a foreman, making sure those bricks get stacked exactly where you need them. Keep a mental checklist as we go. By the end, you'll know which items to add to tomorrow's plate and which easy moves to weave into your day. Eggs open the door. 2 large eggs supply about 12 grams of complete protein plus a superstar amino acid called leucine. Leucine flips on the muscle-building switch deep inside your cells. The yolks bring vitamin D and choline for brain health, so don't toss them. If chewing feels tricky, scramble eggs softly in olive oil or blend a cooled hard-boiled egg into avocado for a creamy spread. Want a no-cook option? Keep pre-peeled eggs chilled for grab-and-go snacks. Schedule them at breakfast. Morning protein stops the overnight fast from nibbling away more fibers. Pair your eggs with a few heel raises at the sink. Rising onto your toes 10 times primes calf muscles to soak up that leucine. Greek yogurt keeps the job rolling. This thick cultured dairy has almost double the protein of ordinary yogurt, about 17 grams per cup. Casein inside digests slowly, drip-feeding amino acids for hours. That slow stream is perfect between meals when energy dips and cravings bite. Spoon yogurt into a small bowl, top with sliced strawberries, and sprinkle a teaspoon of flaxseed. You now have protein, antioxidants, and heart-healthy omega-3s in one scoop. If dairy bothers your stomach, look for lactose-free versions or cultured kefir, which is slightly thinner but equally muscle-friendly. Habit tip: place a single-serve cup on the middle shelf of the fridge the night before. Eye-level food gets eaten. Back-shelf food gets forgotten. After eating, walk a hallway while gently swinging your arms to aid digestion and keep shoulders mobile. Lentils bring plant power on a budget. 1 cooked cup offers 18 grams of protein, iron, and gut-loving fiber. Lentils cook in 20 minutes without soaking. Toss in diced carrots, onions, and turmeric while they simmer. The spices cut inflammation. The veggies add color and vitamins. Make a big pot on Sunday, and your lunches through Wednesday are set. Eating lentils also means you chew longer, which sends a fullness signal to the brain and curbs late-night snacking. To boost absorption of the plant iron, squeeze lemon juice on top. The vitamin C acts like a key unlocking iron's door into your bloodstream. Simple habit: keep a measuring cup in the lentil jar. This reminds you that half a cup dry equals a full cup cooked. During simmer time, perform 15 sit-to-stands from a sturdy chair. By the time the timer dings, your quads will be warm and ready to use that protein. Salmon swims in next with omega-3 strength. A palm-sized fillet, about 100 grams, delivers 22 grams of protein plus EPA and DHA fats that calm sore joints and sharpen the mind. If fresh fish feels pricey, buy canned wild salmon. Rinse it briefly to drop the sodium. Mix with diced celery and a spoon of plain yogurt for a quick salad. Bake frozen fillets straight from the freezer at 190 degrees Celsius, 375 degrees Fahrenheit, for 20 minutes. Brush with mustard and dill for flavor without salt. Grill night. Wrap salmon in foil with lemon slices so it stays moist. Habit tie-in. While the oven preheats, march in place for 3 songs. Marching lifts heart rate gently and pumps blood to muscles, delivering nutrients right when the meal hits your plate. Cottage cheese often hides in plain sight. Half a cup brings roughly 14 grams of protein and a hefty dose of calcium. The curds contain casein, like Greek yogurt, but with an extra kicker: probiotic cultures in some brands that support gut health. Choose low sodium or no salt added if you watch blood pressure. Many seniors grew up eating cottage cheese with fruit. Revisit that tradition. Pineapple chunks add enzymes that may ease joint pain. Stir in fresh herbs for a savory snack. Cottage cheese also makes fluffy pancakes when blended with oats and eggs. A clever weekend treat that feels indulgent, yet feeds muscles. Habit cue. Store an open spoon inside the tub so every time you open the fridge, the message "Eat me" is clear. Pair the snack with 10 wall push-ups to enlist chest, arm, and core fibers in the rebuilding party. Tofu and tempeh give plant-based variety. Firm tofu supplies about 20 grams of protein per half block, while tempeh, its fermented cousin, offers 15 grams in a modest 3-ounce slice. Both carry all 9 essential amino acids. Tempeh's fermentation adds gut-friendly bacteria that can improve nutrient absorption. Press extra water out of tofu for better texture, then cube and sauté in a teaspoon of oil until golden. Season liberally. Soy is a flavor sponge. Toss cubes into vegetable stir-fries, crumble tempeh over salads, or marinate slices for an easy air fryer delicacy. Worried about cooking time? Pre-marinated packs exist in most grocery freezers. Heat in minutes. Habit layering. While tofu browns, perform light biceps curls with 2 water bottles. Your arms receive blood flow and signal for more amino acids, which the tofu soon supplies. Pumpkin seeds round out the magnificent 7. 2 tablespoons hide 8 grams of protein, magnesium for muscle relaxation, and zinc for immune defense. Keep a small jar near your coffee mugs, so adding a sprinkle becomes automatic each morning. Mix seeds into oatmeal, yogurt, or even soup for a satisfying crunch. Roast seeds lightly with cinnamon for a sweet twist or paprika for savory flair. Because seeds are calorie-dense, measure rather than pour. Habit bonus. Each time you twist the jar lid, take a deep breath and roll your shoulders back. This micro-stretch eases tension that creeps into the neck during screen time. Timing turns all these foods into a full-day symphony. Mature muscles use protein best when delivered in equal bursts, rather than one giant steak at dinner. Target roughly 25 grams at breakfast, lunch, and supper, with a small protein snack at bedtime if dinner occurred early. Your body repairs most tissue as you sleep. A slow-digesting source like cottage cheese provides steady amino acids till dawn. Lay it out like this. Breakfast, scrambled eggs with pumpkin seed toast. Lunch, lentil soup, plus Greek yogurt parfait. Dinner, salmon and steamed veggies. Evening, spoonful of cottage cheese with cinnamon. That schedule totals near 90 grams, well within guidelines for active seniors. Liquids matter too. Dehydrated muscles resemble wilted plants. They sag and lack bounce. Sip water or herbal tea steadily. Pair each protein meal with 1 glass of fluid. Hydration ferries nutrients into cells and flushes waste out. If plain water bores you, chill a pitcher with cucumber slices and mint. A splash of citrus boosts taste and adds vitamin C. Spices act as tiny allies. Turmeric blends curcumin, an anti-inflammatory compound, into eggs or lentils. Black pepper improves curcumin absorption, so use both. Ginger eases post-exercise soreness. Oregano and rosemary deliver antioxidants and upgrade plain tofu to gourmet status. Herbs replace salt, protecting blood pressure while enlivening flavor. Gentle movement seals the deal. You do not need a heavy gym routine to signal growth. Muscles respond to simple resistance done consistently. Use sturdy soup cans for arm raises. Loop a therapy band around your feet and press outward to strengthen hips. key for balance. Climb stairs slowly, 2 steps up and 1 back down, if knees allow. That mini interval pumps growth hormone. Keep sessions short. 10 minutes repeated twice beats 1 exhausting hour you never repeat. Rest completes the circle. Aim for 7 hours of sleep. Darken your room, keep electronics out, and lower caffeine after lunchtime. During deep sleep, your pituitary gland pulses growth hormone, patching tiny tears made during the day. No rest, no rebuilding. Digestive ease ensures absorption. Chew slowly and sit upright for 20 minutes post-meal. If acid reflux troubles you, Greek yogurt and tofu are gentle on the stomach. Soaking lentils overnight can cut compounds that cause gas. Tiny tweaks mean the protein you swallow actually lands in muscles rather than exiting unused. Budget hacks keep the plan sustainable. Buy eggs and cottage cheese in value packs. Cook lentils in bulk and freeze single portions. Look for frozen wild-caught salmon when fresh prices spike. Flash freezing preserves nutrients. Choose store brands of Greek yogurt. Often the same quality for less. Social habits magnify success. Share a lentil stew with a neighbor, or invite friends for a salmon and story night. Eating together boosts mood, and research shows social meals improve appetite in older adults, naturally increasing protein intake. Form a 3-food challenge group at your community center. Each member commits to 3 of the 7 foods daily and texts a quick checkmark to the group. Accountability keeps momentum alive. Listen to your body as you build. If kidneys are sensitive, confirm protein targets with your doctor. Monitor glucose if diabetic. Lentils and tofu have low glycemic load and help steady blood sugar. Space new foods gradually to let digestion adjust. Celebrate small wins. Maybe your jar lid opens easier today, or you rose from the couch without using hands. Those victories prove the plan is working. Technology can lend a hand. Set phone reminders labeled Protein Power at meal times. Use a free step counter app. Watching numbers climb turns short walks into a cheerful game. Record your sit-to-stand count in a notepad each Monday. Seeing progress in ink sparks pride and keeps you on track. In case taste buds feel dull, spice rotation keeps dishes fresh. 1 week, try curry on lentils. The next, switch to Italian herbs. Marinate tofu in citrus one night and teriyaki the next. Variety prevents boredom and ensures a broader sweep of vitamins and minerals. Safety remains first. Warm joints before any movement with a gentle 5-minute walk. If pain flares, scale back and consult a physiotherapist. Use stable chairs for sit-to-stands, non-slip mats for wall push-ups, and proper lighting on stairs. A strong muscle is valuable only when paired with an unbroken bone. Your kitchen now equals your gym, and your plate equals a daily prescription for vigor. Every bite of protein sends a message. Repair, grow, strengthen. Every tiny habit invites those nutrients into action. Imagine greeting the mirror in 3 months and seeing triceps firming, posture taller, smile brighter. That picture starts with the forkful before you right now. Beyond protein and movement, several lesser-known factors quietly shape how much lean tissue you keep after 60. Sleep sits at the top of that list. During deep non-REM cycles, your body releases growth hormone, the biochemical hormone that orders new muscle fibers to form and damaged ones to mend. Skimping on shut-eye robs you of this nightly repair crew, leaving yesterday's microscopic tears unrepaired so weakness accumulates. Many seniors struggle with fractured sleep from nighttime bathroom trips or restless legs. Dimming lights an hour earlier, keeping the bedroom cool, and skipping caffeine after lunch can restore those all-important 7 hours. If snoring or gasping wakes you, speak with a doctor about possible sleep apnea, because low oxygen at night starves muscles and the brain alike. Hydration is next in line. Muscle is nearly 75% water, and even mild dehydration shrinks its cells the way a plant wilts in dry soil. When cells lose volume, enzymes that build protein slow down and waste products linger. causing soreness. Age blunts thirst signals, so waiting to feel thirsty means you are already behind. A good benchmark is 6 to 8 cups of fluid spaced through the day. Water, herbal teas, or broths all count. If frequent bathroom visits worry you, taper liquids after dinner but front-load them earlier. Adding a pinch of sea salt and a squeeze of citrus to one bottle gives electrolytes that help water slip into cells instead of rushing straight out. Hormones anchor the third pillar. Declines in estrogen and testosterone, common after menopause and andropause, reduce your baseline capacity to lay down new muscle. Thyroid hormones also control metabolic tempo. A sluggish thyroid slows protein turnover and makes every calorie more likely to park as fat. Routine blood panels can catch deficiencies early. If levels dip, doctors may suggest safe replacement therapies or lifestyle tweaks, like resistance exercise, vitamin D supplementation, and stress reduction practices that naturally nudge hormone production upward. Speaking of stress, chronic worry elevates cortisol, a catabolic hormone that tears muscle apart for quick energy. Daily breathing drills, gentle yoga, and laughter with friends drop cortisol levels and protect your gains. Medication side effects often slip under the radar. Long-term corticosteroid use for arthritis or asthma can shred protein strands faster than you can eat them. Certain blood pressure drugs interfere with zinc absorption, hampering tissue repair, while some diabetes medicines cause weight loss that includes precious muscle. Always read leaflets for muscle weakness warnings and ask your pharmacist if alternatives exist. Pairing necessary medications with higher protein meals and targeted exercise cushions unwanted effects. Meanwhile, gut health quietly dictates how well you absorb every amino acid. A diverse microbiome, fed by fiber-rich foods like lentils and fermented options like tempeh, extracts nutrients efficiently and produces short-chain fatty acids that lower systemic inflammation, giving muscles a calmer environment to grow. Finally, sunlight ties many of these threads together. 10 to 20 minutes of morning rays on arms and face tops up vitamin D, which not only fortifies bones but also enhances muscle contraction strength. If clouds or mobility issues block outdoor time, a daily supplement of 800 to 1000 IU often brings blood levels into the sweet spot above 30 nanograms per milliliter. Pair vitamin D with magnesium-rich pumpkin seeds so the nutrient activates fully inside cells. Pulling all these levers: sleep, hydration, hormones, medication awareness, gut health, and sunlight creates a supportive ecosystem where every gram of dietary protein and each squat or curl delivers maximum payoff. Short transition. Up next, we'll pull everything together into a simple, step-by-step action plan so you can start feeling stronger as soon as tomorrow morning. Muscle is your personal safety net, and by now, you know exactly why it thins after 60. Here is the good news wrapped in one thought. Every gram of protein you add, every step you take, and every hour of restful sleep you guard can knit that net back together. So, let's lock the core lessons in place before they slip away. First, sarcopenia is not fate. It is a signal. Your body is whispering, "Feed me and move me," and I will repay you with steadier knees, firmer thighs, and a heart that beats with less strain. Second, low protein, long sitting, inflammation, weak hormones, poor sleep, and dehydration are the thieves you must keep outside the door. Third, 7 everyday foods: eggs, Greek yogurt, lentils, salmon, cottage cheese, tofu, or tempeh, and pumpkin seeds hand you the building blocks to fight back at breakfast, lunch, dinner, and snack time. Fourth, small daily habits, not heroic weekend marathons, flip the muscle switch from decline to growth. And fifth, support factors such as sunlight, gut health, medication awareness, and stress control form the fertile soil where new strength can take root. Now, here is a simple 6-step action plan you can begin as soon as you finish watching. Step 1. Stock the kitchen. Write a short list and keep it visible. 2 dozen eggs, 2 tubs of plain Greek yogurt, a 1 kilogram bag of lentils, 4 salmon fillets or cans, a container of low-sodium cottage cheese, 2 blocks of firm tofu or packages of tempeh, and a small pouch of pumpkin seeds. Add turmeric, ginger, whole grain bread, and fresh lemons for flavor and vitamin kicks. If budget is tight, buy frozen salmon and store brand yogurt. If chopping is hard on the hands, choose pre-cut frozen vegetables to pair with proteins. Place high-protein foods at eye level in the fridge, because what you see first, you eat first. Step 2. Spread protein across the day in 3 equal waves. Aim for about 25 grams at each main meal. For breakfast, scramble 2 eggs, sprinkle pumpkin seeds on a slice of seed bread, and drink a glass of water. At lunch, warm a bowl of lentil soup cooked in advance, and top Greek yogurt with berries for dessert. Dinner can be baked salmon with steamed greens or stir-fried tofu tossed with mixed vegetables. If dinner happens early, finish the evening with half a cup of cottage cheese dusted with cinnamon. Eating this way keeps muscle repair humming for 24 hours instead of asking it to sprint once then starve. Step 3. Pair food with movement cues so the nutrients know where to go. Do 10 sit-to-stands while the kettle boils. March in place while your salmon bakes. Push against the wall during television ads. Lift 2 water bottles for arm curls while tofu browns in the pan. Schedule 2 10-minute windows, morning and afternoon, for these micro workouts. And mark a simple check on a calendar each time you complete one. Checks string together like pearls and soon spell a habit you trust. Step 4. Protect sleep as fiercely as any prescription. Darken the room, lower the thermostat a few degrees, and turn off screens an hour before bed. Try a warm cup of turmeric milk or a banana with peanut butter to steady blood sugar through the night. If bladder calls wake you often, reduce evening liquids but boost daytime sips. Set a gentle alarm to remind yourself to wind down. Yes, an alarm for bedtime, not just for waking. Quality sleep not only refreshes the mind, it drenches muscles in growth hormone that patches the micro tears created by daily activity. Step 5. Hydrate and shine. Fill a 1-liter bottle in the morning and plan to empty it twice by late afternoon. Flavor it with cucumber slices or a splash of citrus so the taste invites repeat swallows. Step outside for 10 minutes of direct sunlight on arms and face while performing slow shoulder rolls. That short break lifts mood, tops up vitamin D, and lubricates joints. If weather blocks sun or blood tests show low levels, take an 800 IU supplement with your fattiest meal so absorption rises. Step 6. Track progress with real-world markers instead of only a scale. Note the ease of rising from a chair, the grip strength felt when opening jars, or the steadiness climbing stairs. Measure a favorite pair of trousers at the thigh now and again in 2 months. A snugger fit. There is welcome news. Write down weekly victories, no matter how small. Carried groceries without resting. Did 15 sit-to-stands, or slept 7 hours straight. These notes become a private cheer squad on days motivation dips. And remember to share at least one win in the comments section. Your story can ignite someone else's first step. As you weave these steps into life, keep the tone gentle. Miss a meal's protein target? Adjust at the next one. Forget a mini workout. Add an extra set tomorrow. Consistency, not perfection, builds muscle. Invite family or neighbors into the process. Trade recipes, walk together, or start a protein club where members report their daily totals. Social ties strengthen resolve and brighten mood, which in turn keep cortisol down and recovery up. Picture 3 months from now. You stand from the sofa without pushing on the armrest. You stroll the market carrying 2 bags instead of 1. You sleep through the night, and your morning coffee mug feels lighter, because your hands are steadier. That future is already forming with every forkful of lentils, every heel raise, and every glass of water you sip today. So here is your final nudge. Choose one step this very moment. Maybe crack 2 eggs into a pan, maybe walk the hallway twice, Or maybe set a bedtime alarm for 10 p.m. Action beats intention. Then hit like if this guide stirred fresh hope, and tap subscribe to keep these muscle-friendly lessons flowing. Drop a comment telling us your chosen first step. Community Eyes will cheer you on. Share the video with a friend who needs strength by your side. Together we can rewrite the story of aging, one bite, one breath, one brave step at a time. Stay strong, stay curious, and I'll see you in the next